Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. Did I cross? Chu Xiao suddenly opened his eyes and gasped heavily. What comes into view is an antique room. The overall color is bright red, which is quite festive. There are 2 candles and a bronze mirror on the desk, which show the appearance of a handsome groom. This is me. Chu Xiao was shocked. He was a senior and liked to read all the articles on tianxia.com at home. Whoever thought that he would cross here with his eyes closed and open today? Looks like you've become a bridegroom. Just doubting. Chu Xiao suddenly felt a buzz in his ears. The memory of his body was like a tide, pouring up continuously. For a while, Chu Xiao Kai slowed down and sorted out the chaotic information in his mind. That it turns out that this is a mysterious land, called the vast land of China, which is divided into 9 continents. Among them, mortals can absorb the aura of heaven and earth, cultivate their skills and become strong. The original owner of this body is also called Chu Xiao, but he is the first pride of Dongzhou. What's more, his predecessor was born in Haotian sect, the most powerful sect in Dongzhou, and became the chief disciple of the sect. In the future, we are more hopeful to inherit the position of the master of Hao Tianzong. It can be said that regardless of talent, wealth, status, predecessor can have. In particular, today he is going to marry the most beautiful woman in Dongzhou, Jiang Xianer. It's the pinnacle of life. Chu Xiao, browsing memory, repeatedly nodded. Through white pick up such a rich handsome people set, blood earn, however, continue to browse. Chu Xiao found that this matter, not so simple. The root of all this lies in Jiang Xianer. This woman is the most beautiful woman in Dongzhou, but she already has a place in her heart. That person, no one else, is her childhood sweetheart, Jiang Yun. Jiang Yun is also a legend. He was enlightened at the age of 3 and entered the first stage of cultivation at the age of 5. In the following years, he showed his amazing talents and made many terrible achievements. But in the last year, he suddenly became possessed and turned from genius to waste. Over the past year, many people have left Jiang Yun. Only Jiang Xianer has always been loyal to him. However, the Jiang family is a big family, and the struggle is fierce. After she left for a while, Jiang Yun was seriously injured by her family cousin, and her life is in danger. This time, the predecessor appeared. As soon as he saw Jiang Xianer, he was so surprised that he forced Jiang Xianer to marry him on the condition of curing Jiang Yun. Jiang Xianer hesitated for a long time, and finally agreed. That day, when Jiang Yun heard about it, he was thundered. In a fury, he suddenly attacked Chu Xiao. Then, without any accident, he was broken by Chu Xiao's dog legs and thrown into the wilderness. At that time, Jiang Yun was very angry, so he made an oath to Chu Xiao. Chu Xiao, don't be proud. The hatred of seizing a wife is mortal. I, Jiang Yun, swear to heaven that if you can make a comeback one day, you will be broken into thousands of pieces and your bones and tendons will be extracted. I'll go. Is the play not reversed? Chu Xiao slightly asterised his eyes and was dazzled. According to the routine, it shouldn't be that my childhood sweetheart was robbed by the bully. Then, the golden finger was powerful. The old man possessed his body, recaptured his sister, and punched the bully. Recalling the hysterical roar, the angry and unwilling eyes, Chu Xiaoya thought that something was wrong. This Jiang Yun was obviously a leading role template, the son of Qi Yun. And he robbed his sister. No, I'm afraid it's more than a girl. Although Jiang Xianer's surname is Jiang, she doesn't have the blood of the Jiang family. Her origin is very mysterious. She always has a high eye, but she has a special preference for Jiang Yun. According to the normal routine, I'm afraid this is not the Empress of the Palace of the son of Qi Yun. That is to say, I robbed the protagonist's favorite at the beginning, the heroine, the lady in the palace. A sense of vertigo surged into my heart. Chu Xiao immediately held the corner of the case, did not fall to the ground. What is the son of Qi Yun? That, but the people favored by heaven and earth. From time to time, heaven and earth are the same force, even if temporarily frustrated, it will rise again. The achievement of ordinary people dare not think of the great cause, but, this kind of heaven's favorite, actually to his Chu Shao issued, does not die endlessly, the pledge. This, which is through a high rich shui. This is clearly a short-lived ghost. What's more, my realm cultivation has been abandoned. As soon as Chu Zhao's pupil shrinks, he doesn't want to sit and wait to die, but as soon as he checks his own state, he feels weak. That eye and the body, there is no aura, empty, once had a powerful force, like gone with the wind, nothing left. This is obviously a sign of the exhaustion of cultivation. Someone's doing me harm in the dark. Chu Shao stares big eyes, wake up. If you want to abolish your cultivation without knowing it, you can only kill someone who is an acquaintance of your predecessor. However, the predecessor has just contacted many people, including the flatterers of small families and the younger Marshall brothers who came to celebrate. There are so many people that it's impossible to know who is the one who has done the trick. Chu Shao saw the last picture, only the predecessor returned to the room, as if asleep, quietly died. That's how he got through it. It seems that the death of the predecessor is not simple. Chu Shao pressed his forehead and had a headache. It was troublesome enough to get into trouble with a son of Qi Yun. He had hidden enemies inside. He could not tell when he would come out and give himself another knife. Let's start with hell. This is it. Chu Shao pressed his forehead, but he couldn't get a clue for a moment. But, as the saying goes, good fortune never comes twice, and misfortune never comes alone. Without waiting for him to think of anything, suddenly, the door was knocked open with a bang, and a servant knelt down in front of Chu Shao in panic and said, "Young master, it's a disaster." Well, that little bastard is Jiang Yun. He heard that the young master got married today. He came to Zhang's house by himself. And somehow, that little bastard's skill was better than before. Now. The pupil of Chu Shao shrinks suddenly. Yes. That's the routine. The so-called network text is a cool word. How can it really let the palace heroine be robbed by the villain? So, if everything goes according to the script, Jiang Yun should arrive in time, as he is now, save Jiang Xiener as a hero, and then start killing her. According to the routine, this villain is expected to die in this battle, becoming the first stepping stone for Jiang Yun to complete his rise. The secret way in Chu Zhao's heart is not good. But on his face, he tried his best to put on a cold posture, waved his hand and scolded. "What do you eat?" The servant trembled and fell on his knees. He was about to speak, but Chu Shao didn't give him a chance at all. He said coldly, "Let all the elders of the Jiang family do it, and let all the children of the Jiang family do it. If you can't kill this guy before the wedding." Yes, my subordinates." The attendant answered with trembling. Fortunately, Chu Shao was a professional actor in his previous life, and his acting is no different from that before. Under the influence of accumulation, the attendant has no doubt about him. The attendant rushed out and called on everyone to kill Jiang Yun. A loud cry of killing came quickly. At first, it was far away from here, but gradually, the voice became clearer and closer. Step on. As if death's footsteps, step by step to Chu Shao approach. No way. I'm afraid it won't be long for these miscellaneous fish. Let Jiang Yun rush in. In my present state, I will die. What should we do? Now, how to save yourself? Chu Zhao's face was dignified to the extreme, and he paced in the room. At present, it's absolutely useless to explain this situation. Even if he gave up his dignity and kowtowed to Jiang Yun for mercy, it's estimated that in the end, he would die. Is it really hopeless? Can we just wait to die? How to think? There is no way to survive, but the voice of shouting and killing in the ear is getting closer and closer. Chu Shao is not willing to go to the extreme, and hits the bronze mirror with one punch, just in time. Sudden change. Chu Zhao's eyes, suddenly a white light shining. As if the snow of heaven and earth, covering the eyes, understand the color center, only a dark treasure box, incomparably visible. What's this? Chu Shao was startled, looked around, and vaguely understood. This seems to be the so-called spiritual realm in this mysterious world. After thinking about it, Chu Shao reached out to hold the treasure box and pried it gently. With a squeak, the treasure box opened and a Guanghua subtitle appeared. The son of Qi Yun, Jiang Yun. Type: Strong Rebirth Flow. Branch 3. Chu Shao is slightly stunned. Is this his golden finger? So it seems that Jiang Yun is really the favorite of heaven and earth, the son of luck. It's just that the strong are reborn. Branch 3. Chu Shao knocked his chin and pondered. The stream of rebirth of the strong is very simple, that is, the so-called powerful, only a wisp of ghost is left to be reborn to a young man at the bottom. And generally speaking, this young man is still a waste wood. He can't practice unless he is strong enough to go against heaven. These, Chu Shao is very familiar with, but branch 3, but let him some doubts. Since there are branch 3, will there be branch 1, branch 2, or even more other branches? What is the division of all this? Chu Shao shook his head, forced himself not to think about these. The most urgent thing is to find out the effect of this golden finger first, so as to deal with the crisis of life and death. Thinking about this, Chu Shao continued to look down, and saw a black whirlpool pattern under 2 short lines of writing, and a row of instructions below. The main idea is that, no matter direct or indirect, if you let Qi Yun's son produce enough negative emotions such as frustration and pain, you can extract one thing from the box. According to the introduction, it may be the skill of the son of Qi movement, the skill of war, the constitution, or even some special existence. Of course, this is not the most important. The most important thing is that all the extracted objects will be improved by +1 on the basis of these. For example, Jiang Yun practiced a Xiaocheng level combat skill. Once he was selected by Chu Shao, he could immediately get the Desheng level, top of the combat skill. The rest is the same. Hiss, my golden finger, so strong. Rao is Chu Zhao's usual routine. After reading this string of words, he can't help but take a breath. You know, the so-called +1 adds something related to the son of Qi movement instead of the general existence. They are strong enough, and then, +1. It's hard to imagine Chu Shao. Chu Shao clenched his fists, glanced at the bottom of the writing, but saw that there was a long black tube, which had been filled with black at this time, indicating that it could be extracted once. Chu Shao thought about it, and thought that it was probably because he robbed Jiang Yun's empress in the main palace, which caused him to have a great grievance, so he had a chance to draw. Thinking about this, Chu Shao reached into the black whirlpool, and saw a burst of black light shining, and a line of writing quickly emerged in front of Chu Zhao's eyes. In the middle, Jiang Yunji's Shugu Luxianti, +1. What, only one eye? Chu Shao suddenly lang on the spot. No one else, just because of this Shugu Lucien body, he has heard. This is a better official name. Its common name is more appropriate. It's called the body of waste wood. That's right. It's one of the most useless constitutions in the cultivation world. Among them, Shugu means that no matter how much aura of heaven and earth you absorb, you will lose it violently. Therefore, your body is empty, so it is called Shugu. Generally speaking, it is very difficult for a person to absorb aura. Jiang Yun has lost his cultivation all these years, and then he can't get up again. I'm afraid it's because he wakes up Shugu Lucien. This is also the basic routine of the rebirth of the strong. In general, they will use some incredible methods to transform it into a good physique for cultivation, but Chu Shao doesn't know those methods. In other words, Shugu Lucien body, for Chu Shao, is really the body of waste wood. What's more, after extraction, the waste wood will be upgraded to a higher level. Well, it's a waste wood constitution. If you add one more, it can't be waste anymore. Chu Zhao's eyes twinkle. All the routines he had seen in his previous life were to get rid of the waste wood and become a strong man after getting the golden finger. Is he good enough to get the golden finger, but he turns from genius to waste wood? This is not playing according to the routine, not giving a way to live. No, no. There's something wrong with it. Suddenly, Chu Xiao had a flash of inspiration in his mind, which produced a very bold, whimsical idea. Yes. Yes. Such a start, not in the routine, and therefore, this game, must not use conventional ideas to break. You have to open your brain. We must give full play to our imagination. Chu Xiao's mind turns, and his amazing plan is gradually completed. Can he rely on a wastewood physique to fight against the son of Qi Yun and regenerate the strong? Chu Xiao pondered for a moment, and his consciousness returned to reality. At this time, the cry of killing outside the house is clear and audible. Listening to the sound, Jiang Yun should have arrived at Jiang Xianer's new house. It's only 10 steps away from here. The time of life and death is just around the corner, but Chu Xiao slowly looks up and looks out of the window at the sky. His heart is very firm. Do it. Get it. Here we are. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.